Hello, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to discuss mechanism of hormone action. See, it is the most important part of this chapter and we'll discuss it thoroughly. First, I will try to discuss classification of hormones. See, hormones may be protein derivatives, may be steroid hormones, amino acid derivatives or iodinated hormones. Protein derivative hormones will be thymosin, PTH, TCT, pituitary hormone, RH, IH, oxytocin, ADH, pancreas hormone. So all these hormone will be protein derivatives, means it may be protein hormone, peptide hormone, polypeptide hormone or like that. Coming to steroid hormone are testosterone, estrogen, progesterone and cortisols or corticoids. Next, amino acid derivatives. Amino acid derivatives will be catecholamines. See, catecholamines. So, amine is over there, so you can easily locate the catecholamines under amino acid derivative hormones. So, adrenaline, noradrenaline, melatonin, all these hormones will be amino acid derivatives. Coming to iodinated hormones. T3 and T4 are iodinated hormones. That is, thyroid hormones are iodinated hormones. Next, I will be going through the diagram of NCERT to discuss, and lastly, I will go through the theory of NCERT sentences. See, hormones may be of two types, that is lipid soluble and water soluble hormones. The cell membrane of all the cells are made up of lipid bilayer. See, this one is the polar head. You can say polar head, and this one will be non-polar tail. So, see, if it is polar or lipid bilayer, water soluble hormone cannot pass through it. So, what will the water soluble hormone do? We know that hormone are the primary messenger. Okay, so this hormone will come and bind to the receptor over here. All the receptors are proteins on the cell membrane, they are present. A hormone will come and bind to the receptor and will make hormone receptor complex. Okay, hormone receptor complex. Then after primary messenger give the response 1, it will generate to the second messenger. What will be the secondary messenger? Example will be cyclic MP, calcium, IP3 and like that. So primary messenger give message to secondary messenger, and after secondary messenger will give the biochemical responses. And in biochemical responses, the hormone will reach to DNA, after that to mRNA, after that it will make protein, and the new protein will do the physiological responses in our cell. That is, we will have some changes in the cell mechanism, or we will have some physiological responses. You can say in case of FSH, we will have ovarian growth. The example of FSH through this diagram. So FSH or peptide hormones, this type of hormone will be water soluble hormone, or you can say polar hormone. Moving to lipid soluble hormone. As we have lipid bilayer, lipid soluble hormone will directly diffuse through the cell membrane and will enter into the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane. Sorry. See, the hormone will enter into the cell membrane as it easily diffused through the lipid membrane, and it will directly come to the receptor and will make the hormone receptor complex by binding to the receptor. And after that it will like to change through the genome, and in the process of transcription it will make mRNA transcription, it will make mRNA, and after mRNA through translation it will make protein, and again it will have the physiological responses. See, in both the type of hormones, in water soluble and in lipid soluble hormone, the difference is that in lipid soluble hormone or in steroid hormone, there will be no secondary messenger over here. As lipid soluble hormone are directly passed on to the nucleus, they will directly make the hormone receptor complex and will try to change the responses. But in here, in water soluble hormone, we will have a secondary messenger to go through this process. That's all about water soluble and lipid soluble. So what will be the example of lipid soluble hormone? All the steroid hormones and iodinated hormones, that is thyroid hormones, will be lipid soluble, and all other like peptide hormones will be, amino acid derivative hormones will be water soluble hormones. Okay, next we will go through the NCERT sentences over here. See, mechanism of hormone actions. Hormones produce their effects on target tissues by binding to specific proteins called hormone receptors. See, located in the target tissues only. Hormones receptors present on the cell membrane of the target cells are called membrane-bound receptors, and the receptors present inside the target cell are called intracellular receptors, mostly nuclear receptors present in the nucleus. See, what is written over here is specific hormone receptors are there for specific hormones and in target tissues only. So in particular target tissues there are particular receptors to the hormone to be bind with. Hormone receptors may be of two types: membrane bound receptors and intracellular receptors. Those membrane bound receptors will be of like peptide hormones. See, for peptide hormones, or we can say for water soluble hormones, there will be membrane bound receptors in the membrane only. But in case of lipid soluble hormones, we have receptors inside the nucleus, that is nuclear receptors, or you can say intracellular receptors. Now the binding will take place. Hormone and receptor will bind and make the hormone receptor complex. All the receptors are specific and all the receptors are proteins. Next, hormone receptor complex formation leads to certain biochemical changes in the target tissue. Target tissue metabolism and hence physiological functions are regulated by hormones. So, physiological function and target tissue metabolism both are regulated by hormones. See these NCERT lines. I have discussed the classification of hormones. So, peptide, polypeptide, protein hormones are insulin, glucagon, pituitary hormones, hypothalamic hormone, etc. Steroid will be cortisol, testosterone, estradiol, progesterone, like that. Iodothyronins are thyroid hormones. Amino acid derivatives will be epinephrine. Now, hormones which interact with membrane-bound receptors normally do not enter to the target cell but generate second messengers. As I have said over here, that hormones which interact with the membrane-bound receptor, they do not directly come into the cell or to the target cell. They do not come. They generate message through the second messengers like cyclic AMP, IP3, Ca++, etc., which in turn regulates cellular metabolism. Next, hormones which interact with intracellular receptors. See, steroid hormones which come to the intracellular receptors, they directly enter to the target cell and bind to the receptors inside the nucleus. Mostly regulate gene expression or chromosome function. So two things, one is gene expression and chromosome functions by the interaction of hormone receptor complex with the genome. Cumulative biochemical actions result in physiological and developmental effects. we go through the I have read the total NCRT lines for you, and all the things uh, I have told all the things. And one more thing I want to discuss: lipid soluble hormones. Lipid soluble hormones are slow. Like the effect is the work they will do is slow, but they have longer effect. But water soluble hormones, they have very fast process, but the effect will be much not of that much time. It will be for only a short period of time, but the steroid hormones or the lipid soluble hormone will have longer effect. That's all about today's video. Thank you.